Alright, Shalom, Shalom. Brother Yatazadak here of Israel. I'd like to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Mekakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone. Today we're going to Zephaniah chapter 2, going into the Hebrew. So Lord willing, you're edified, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Mekakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone. Let's get right into it, right? Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1, which the header of the chapter is judgments on Judah's enemies, right? Zephaniah 2 and 1 reads, "Assemble yourselves and gather together, nation not desired," which reads, Hatha Kwash Shawa Wa Kwashwa Hagawaya La'a Na Kasap, right? Because the word quash, right, don't get it confused with the word, I believe it's stubble, which, see if we can look that up real quick. Quash, right? But you also have Salakia. Cognates, which, for example, you have laquach, meaning to take. Then you have qua, means to collect, right? Salakia, let me get that real quick. Strong's H3947, laquach, right? And while I'm at it, right, because if you ever have any doubt on how to pronounce the words properly, right, you can always look at the vowel points, right? You have what's called, these are the naquads, right? Which it means, naquad in the Hebrew, it means spots or dots, right? But these are just to assist you in the pronunciation, right? It's not the concrete way to pronounce it, right? Because this was established in the 5th century by the Masoretes, right? Which you have what's called you have the naquads, which are the vowel points, and then you have the cantillations. Let's just go into that. And again, right, this isn't let's get that article, see if I can remember it. Tiberian script. This from TiberianHebrew.com. The vocalization vowel signs found in most modern Hebrew Bibles ultimately go back to a group of Hebrew scholars from the early Islamic period who were based in the city of Tiberias on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. This group has come to be known as the Tiberian Masoretes. Salakia. Says, despite the fact that they were the tradents of the most prestigious biblical Hebrew reading tradition of the Middle Ages. So this is this is tradition, right? Let's just scroll on down. Salakia. Here it is. Salakia. So it says, many for many issues of pronunciation are relegated in the sphere of occasional interest and curiosity, but are not actually regarded as relevant for understanding the text before us. Right. So these the quads or right vocalization, these punctuations, right? They're not relevant to understanding the text, but it's just as in to assist in pronunciation, right? Um, says in review the nuanced minutiae of how Tiberian Hebrew was pronounced may be interesting to a small subset of scholars in our field. It is not really relevant for interpreting and understanding the text before us, right? Because this was established later on, right? Um, Goes into other things. So it's just to assist in vocalization, right? Um, so you have the Naquad, which are the 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 right here where you see in red, cantillation in blue. The cantillation marks are different because those are used in um, when they ritualistically recite the Torah, right? Just like the Ishmaelites, right? Sounds like they're kind of like singing when they recite it. That's called cantillation, right? To chant ritual readings from the Hebrew Bible in synagogue services, right? So they do it on different occasions, right? Different chants may be used for Torah readings on Rosh Hashanah or Yom Kippur, other than on a normal Shabbat, right? Which, see, we can show you an example. So this is just, you can look it up on your own, but basically what you see here would be read Wayamar, um, Alahayim, um, Yakwa Ha Mayam, right? For example, you see this little dot in the middle of the Ma, that's like a O, like Mayam, right? Hama Hamayam, right? Um, you see the Kwa, right? The Kwa here would be Kwa, Kwa, Wa, Kwa, right? So it's just to assist, right? With the ma here would be ma, mar, right? And you can look at the, right, the blue letter if you ever have any kind of doubt, it'll kind of assist you, right? For example, right here, Shabai says, right here, it would be Shabai, Sh, Sha'ah, or Slakia, Shabai, right? Yahwam, for example, Yahwam, Yahwam, but you saying it together, just be Yahwam. Right here, Ka, Kaupar, Kapar, right? Al, right? Ma, Zabach, right? For example, the Tha, right? If it would be, which Apostle Har went over this before, Slaki. Let's see if I can just do this real quick. So if it would be, I don't know where that pen is. Oh, Khan, here it is. Ma, Sa, Bach. So if it would be like this, it would be Mazabacha, right? Like, but here it's Mazabach, right? Now, I don't really go too much into it. I just kind of use it as a reference. Right here would be Quadash, Atha, Haya, Nagai. See if I can find something else. Slovakia. Right here would be Aaron, would be Aharon. But slowly would be Aha. Kind of like a Aha Rawaan. Right? Lub or here Walabanyawa would be Wa'ala Bana Banayawa or Bun. Right? Just as an example. And let's just look it up. I know I looked it up before. Should be in my history, so you can get an example of what the cantillations are, or what it sounds like. Ritual readings. Right? Slovakia. Click on this thing right here. Should be here somewhere. Slovakia, just bear with me. Here it is.
Have you ever wondered what would happen if you actually sat down and talked with missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day?
Slovakia.
One of the most yes sound. So let's hear it. Barishis boro Elohim is hashomayim v'is ho'ores. That the ta sound of contemporary Hebrew is understood to be a th sound, and the orange, the tsadi ts sound, is understood to be a s sound. So let's hear it. Barishis boro Elohim is hashomayim v'is ho'ores. V'ho'ores hoi thosuhu vovuhu. V'choshech al panethuhum. ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים. ודומר אלוהים יהי אור, ויהי אור. For the third and final example, what I'm going to be playing for you is the Khan and Foreman rendering of Tiberian Hebrew from 1,000 years ago, but here the cantillation notes are also sung. So this is what it would have sounded like. Barishis boro Elohim is hashomayim v'is ho'ores v'ho'ores ho'ithu.
So you see the taza, they say res, like a za. Just like in the Hebrew, the cha and the kwa sometimes sounds like the ka, right? Right. So the first part was read with just the vowels, and this is with the vowels and the cantillation marks.
ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים. ודומר אלוהים יהי אור, ויהי אור. Like every language, Hebrew has changed a lot over the last 1,000 years.
Right, so that's just another example. Let's go into one more. Right, here's another example. This is the with the punctuation marks and the cantillation marks, which are the ritual readings, right? So here is read up top, Marka, what's that? Tabcha, Mavnach, Atanachta, right? Which would be, I guess would be saying, let me see if I can zoom it out. Moraka, Tapo, Tapka, Manacha, Athana, Nachatha, right? Or for example, down here you have Darga, should be Dora, Doroga, right? But that's just some of the examples, right, of the punctuation marks and the vowel points, like it says here, and the cantillation marks. These are for ritual readings and, for example, on certain occasions. And these are the vowel points, right? But anyway, Slakia. So you have laquach, meaning to take. You have qua, to collect. It's just the ha is substituted by the sha, right? So nation not desired, not kasap, meaning to be pale. It also means not something denoting shame, or it has various meanings, but it also means silver, right? For example, in Genesis, right, Laban told Jacob that he knows that I know you are homesick, right? Pale or sick, right? Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 2. Before is brought forth the decree, like the chaff which will pass over, which will cause to pass the day, before he does not bring it upon you. The 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 waxing hot anger of the Lord, before he does not bring it upon you the day of the anger of the Lord. The word taram meaning before, ba meaning in, ba taram ladat chak, kamataza ibar yawam, ba taram la'a yaba'a al yakum, harwan ap Yahweh, ba taram la'a yaba'a al yakum yawam ap Yahweh. Right? The word ladath, the root is yalad, to bring forth. Ka matazah, like the chaff, right? Because that's what's going to happen in the destruction. It's going to be like a wasting desert, right? For example, you see those tumbleweeds, right? That's the chaff, right? Meaning that's all that is going to be left when the Lord decrees the destruction, right? Which is coming to America, Babylon the Great. It says before he does not bring it forth, right? He's talking to Israel, right? When he's saying, right, to turn back, repent, before that comes upon you, right? This is the Lord speaking to Zephaniah, right? This is addressing this chapter, the remnant, right, which you will read in the latter end of the chapter, right? Har meaning something that is waxed hot, or right. It also means something bleached, right? So it says before he does not bring it upon you, right? The day of the anger of the Lord, right? Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 3. Seek unto the Lord all the meek of the earth, which his ordinance they have done. Seek unto righteousness, seek unto humility. Peradventure thou shalt be hid in the day of the anger of the Lord. Right? Which a precept that comes up for that, you can read about that in 2nd Esdras. Those that fulfilled the law of the Lord, right? Those are seeking righteousness, right? Laboring in the word, right? Let's get that real quick. I believe that's 2nd Esdras chapter 2. Second Ezra chapter 2, and we'll start at verse 38. Arise up and stand, behold the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received glorious garments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. Right? Which you can link that up with here Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 3. Right? So it says, Bakwashwa Atha Yahweh call Anya Ha-Rataza Ashar Mashapatwa Payalwa Bakwashwa Tazadak Bakwashwa Aina Awalaya, meaning pre-adventure, Tasatharwa Bayawam Ab Yahweh, pre-adventure thou shalt be hid in the day of the anger of the Lord. Which let's look at the punctuation marks, right? Which see if I can zoom in. All right, so right, so here it's you have Bakwa, right? So you read Ba-o, Ba-a-kwa, Wa, right? See if I can edit this real quick. Zoom in a little bit, and where's the damn pen? Right, that's ba o qua. This produces a o sound. This is ba qua qua ba ba this is like a ba quash. This signifies it's sha. When you see it like this, it's like a lighter sha. See the punctuation on this side, like a sha, like a hard sha, bakwash, or bakwash. So it sounds the same basically. You have wa, that's a o, right? Slide. Right? So it would be read atha, iya, iya, ha, wa, kaol, now, waya, ha taza, a sha'ar, ashar, mashapat, wa, right? Pa'al Wa, right? Bakwash Wa Taza Dak. Bakwash Wa Ednawa Awa Laya Walaya Tasatharwa Ba Bayawam Up Ya Yahawa. But again, that's just to assist you, right? Salakia. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 4. Because Gaza will be forsaken, it will be, and Ashkelon will be desolate. Ashdod in the noonday will be thrust out, and Ekron shall be uprooted. Kaya Izabah, Thahaya, Wa Ashakwalan, La Shama, Ashdod Ba Tazaharium, Yagarash Wa Akwaran Ikwar. Right? Meaning Ikwar, meaning to be uprooted or to pluck out. What's that talking about? Let's go to verse 5. Hawaii, meaning woe unto the inhabitants of the border of the sea. Yeshabia Chabal Hayam, the nation of the Cherethites. Kawaya Karathium. The word of the Lord is against you. The Bar Yahweh al Yakam. Canaan, Canayan. The land of the Philistines, Aratazah, Palashathium. And I will cause thee to perish, Waha Abadath Yakah, so there would not be any inhabitant, Ma'ayan Yashab. Right? This is talking about what are the Kerethites? Those are one of the tribes of the sons of Ham, just like the Philistines, right? Canaan. That's why it says, "O Canaan." Right? Kerethites. They're of the same lineage of Ham. Now you have particular Arabs, Ishmaelites, whatever you want to call it. Arabs is in the Bible, so you can really just say Arabs, but that's not their land, right? When that destruction comes, World War III, the Lord is going to blow them off the land, basically, just like the small hats, right? And right, because they don't belong there, right? There's not going to be no inhabitant there until the chosen get placed back into that land, right? Zephaniah 2 and 6, and will be the border of the sea, with the abode, which is the abode of Karath, for the shepherds and droves for flocks. Wahayatha Chabal Hayam Nawath, or Nawah means abode, of Karath, Rayam shepherds, and droves for flocks. Wagadarath Tazaan. Right? Let's look at that word, Gadar. Salakia. Zephaniah 2 and 6. So that word gadar, it means an enclosure, right? So it basically means an enclosure, right? A hedge, a fold. It's not a drove. Drove is actually idar. That's my mistake. Salakia. Folds for flocks, right? Which that's talking about the remnant, which are placed back into that land, and they increase after the destruction. Zephaniah 2 and 7. And shall be the border, and it shall be a border or a portion for the remnant, the house of Judah. Upon them they shall pasture in the houses of Ashkelon. In the evening they shall lie down, because he shall visit them, the Lord their God, and will turn back their captivity. Right? Now, we're not going to actually inhabit the actual houses. That's just talking about the what happens afterwards. So it's not literal. There's not going to be houses there, right? It means there's going to be houses built there, right? Wahaya Chabal La Sha'ar Bayat Yahawada Al Yaham Yarayan Babathya Ashakwalan Ba Irab Ya Rabatazan Kaya Yapakwadma Yahweh Alahayaham Washab Shabayatham. Shabaya means captivity or slavery, right? So like I said, right, you can use punctuations for, right, for example here, Yapaquad Ma, right, would be Yapaquad Ma. It's like a Yapaquadum, right? So let's see. Zephaniah 2 and 7. Zephaniah 2 and 8. I've heard the reproach of Moab. It's like I've heard the blasphemy of Moab, and the reproaches of the sons of Ammon, which have blasphemed unto my people, and they have magnified themselves against their border. Shemayathaya Harapath Mawa'ab Wagadapya Banya Imwan Ashar Harapwa Atha Imya Waya Gadyal Wa Al Gabalam. Right? So let's look at that vocalization. Why? Because it says in the book of Second Esdras that thou Asia has been partaker of Babylon, right? Even when Israel went into captivity, right? Throughout, for example, the Babylonians, right? it was always the nations that were happy at Israel being in captivity, right? Revelation chapter 11, right, in various accounts, right? Even today, right, you so-called Chinese, Japanese, right? You can see them in their countries. They make fun of Jake, right, by dressing like them, putting blackface on, right? Esau is their god basically, right? He's their they copy after him, right? By being as white as they can be, by looking as white as they can be, because the original Moabites, the Ammonites, right? They were black. All the nations, all these nations that you hear read about in the Bible, they were all originally black, right? Except Esau, right? So you look at the ancient Moabites, Ammonites, right? The ancient Assyrians, they were all melanated, right? Let's just put it that way, right? Because black is right. Um, People don't have the right concept of when we say black or melanated, right? Um, so basically, they were melanated, right? But they've whitewashed themselves, right? Because that's the status quo, right? Which is why you see Moab with suits on and all that. They're not wearing their ancient garments or nothing to that effect, right? Um, Zephaniah 2 and 9. For so I live I, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, because Moab will be like Sodom. Because Moab like Sodom he will be, and the sons of Ammon like Gomorrah. Um, like a like a place a place of thistles and and patches of salt, which is that word patches is not actual patches. Um, let's look at that. Makara, it's not like patches. It just means pit, right? For example, cave would be ma'ira, but that word ira just means something that is uh bare, right? A cave is bare. Kara means to cut, or karath to cut, or kara to dig, right? This is just talking about a pit of salt, which is what the word mashak, it means steward, but it also means a habitation, right? Haral or harad, it's talking about nettles, right? Sometimes it's haral, sometimes it's harad, right? This is what a nettle is. A nettle plant. It's a plant with little thorns on it, right? Slovakia. And desolate, even forever, the remnant of my people, they shall spoil them, and the remnant of the nation of my nation they will inherit them. So it says, Lakan Haya Anya Naam Yahawah Tazabawat Alahaya Yasha'ala Kaya Mawa'aba Ka Saddam Thahaya Wabanya Aimwan Ka Aimara Ma Mashak Haral Wa Makara Malach Wa Shama Ad Iwalam Sha'aryath Amya Yabazam Yathar Gawaya Yanachalam. Right? So that's the future of Moab, the Ammonites, right? Because the Third World War III, right? That's where their lands is going to be turned into, right? Desolation, right? Not forever, but that's talking about them forever falling. They're gonna be in the lowest state under Israel, right? The remnant of my nation, that's talking about the nation of Israel, right? Those that are gonna spoil them is the elect, right? Not literally, because right, the armies of the earth are gonna gather, and right, that's just talking about them gathering against Israel when they're placed back into their land, the remnant, and them being destroyed, right? Them being spoiled is actually going to happen when they're placed into captivity and, right, they're subjugated, right? Which the first part is the captivity, which is going to be by the remnant, right? Just like it says that um, uh, we all people walk in the name of their God. We walk in the name of our God, right? Because, right, let's get that real quick. I was gonna bring this out for another reason, but I know I'm gonna forget. So Micah 4:5, for all people will walk, everyone in the name of his God, and we will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever and ever. Right? This is twofold, because the nations are still gonna go off, right? They're still gonna, attempt to call on their false deities, and right, they're still gonna go off, be reprobate, but they're gonna have to get their ass whooped, right? Not literally, but right. Uh, when they're under the nation of Israel, right, they're gonna keep the law, right? Uh, so they're gonna go off, right? They're gonna die as mortal men, right? But we're gonna serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? And we're gonna be perfect, right? But this is twofold, because Apostle Ramlab recently went over it, right? This is also talking about all people will walk everyone in the name of his God, right? Because Israel is we're going to be God's, right? The nations are going to have their individual, right? We're going to be over certain areas of the earth, right? And the nations are going to serve that person, right? Or that tribe in a certain part of the earth, right? Because we're going to be God's. And then we will serve the God, Yahweh, right? Why Yahushai, right? If you can get what I'm saying, right? It's talking about the nation serving Israel, and Israel serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the kingdom of heaven. Which is a good point, that Elder Apostle Ramlab recently went over. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 10. This will be unto them in place of their pride, because they had blasphemed and they had magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts. Za'af laham tachath ka'anam kaya harapwa wayagadalwa al-aim Yahweh tazabawath. Zephaniah 2 and 11. He will appear the Lord against them, because terrible will be the Lord against them, because he will famish to all the gods of the earth, and they will worship him, a man from his place, all of the isles of the nations. Na ra'ah Yahweh alayaham kaya razah, meaning to make lean or famish. Atha call alahaya ha ratazah wa yashatach wa lawa ayash ma makwamwa call ayaya ha gawayim. Right? So when the Lord comes back, right, there's not going to be no Krishna nor Buddha, right? No damn right, rock Virgin Mary statue. There's not gonna be no kissing the cross, right? And all knees will bow to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? Zephaniah 2 and 12. Even thou, Cushites, will be slain by my sword. They, as in even they. Gam Atham Kawashim Halalya Rabia Hama. Right, because you got the Cushites claiming to be, right, the people of the Lord, even though our people are scattered everywhere. So you got some of them, just like the small hats, some of our people are mingled amongst them, right? But, right, it says what it says, right? Zephaniah 2 and 13. And he will stretch his hand upon the north, and he will cause a perish unto Assyria, and he will place unto Nineveh desolation, to dry it like a desert, right? So you got again, it's talking about, right, those that are inhabiting those lands, the Hamites, the Cushites, the Arabs, right? They will no longer serve themselves by Israel, right? The Lord's gonna destroy those parts, right? Whatever they got that's prospering right now, it's gonna be, right, nuked basically, right? Zephaniah, what's like it? Wayata Yadwa al Tazapan, Waya Abad Atha Ashawar, Wayasham Atha Nayanawa, La Shama Tazaya, meaning to dry up, Ka Madabar, like the desert. Zephaniah 2 and 14. And will lie down in the midst, the folds, or not the folds, because this is Idar, the droves of all the beasts of the nations. Even, so like it, let's go to the blue letter. So it says, even the cormorant, right, which is Qua'ath, even the bittern, um, and the lintels of it will lodge, right? That word kapathar, it means the upper lintel, or kapathar is actually like a bulb shape kind of area. It's basically the main part of a door, the upper part of the door, right? The base, um, or what you call here, it's called threshold, is sap, which is the side of it, right? It's talking about these various beasts that will inhabit America, Babylon the Great after it's destroyed. Meaning the beast of all the nations. They're all gonna eventually, they're gonna fly here. They're gonna, right. However it happens, right. It's just talking about many beasts are gonna be dwelling here, which is gonna be a perpetual desert. It says, with their voice they shall sing, right. Upon the windows, Bahalawan, right. Desolation or parchness shall be in the thresholds, right? Or in the posts, right? Because to the cedar work, because the cedar work, right? That's cedar, as in the structures here in America, Babylon Great, will be uncovered, right? Or made destitute, right? Ira, or Iram. Iram means to be naked. Ira means to be uncovered, right? So it says, Wa Rabata Zawa, Batha Waka, Idarium, Kal, Hayathawa, Gwaya, Gum, Qua'ath, Gum, Quapad, Ba, Kaptharya, Yelayanawa, Qual, Yasharar, Ba Halawan, Harab, Basap, Kaya, Araza, Ira. Right? Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 15. This is a city of exaltation that dwelled in security. She has said in her heart, I am and I am the last, because apas means extremity or end. Even where thus shall there be desolation, ayaka, aya meaning where, ka meaning thus. For example, ka Mar Yahweh means thus saith the Lord, right? To be a place of lying down for beasts of all kinds, right? Ma rabataza la chaya, called, or for a beast, lying down for beast. All that pass by upon her, they shall whistle, they shall shake the hand, right? which is Call Ibar Aliyah Yasharak, meaning to whistle. They show Ya Yanaya Yan Yai Yadwa, which the root is Nawai, meaning basically to shake the hand, right? Now, it's not going to be inhabited, so no one's going to actually come by and shake the hand or whistle, right? But they're going to see it from afar. They're going to be like, man, America, Babylon the Great, it's still a desert, right? You're going to shake the hand, right? The other nations as they're in captivity, right? We might fly by it, right? And man, the Lord did a number on that wicked kingdom. Good thing we got delivered, right? So that's what it's talking about, right? That's what this chapter is about, right? A little bit of the judgment on the nations, right? So it says, Za'ath ha'ayar ha'alayaza al-yazah ha'yashabath la-batach ha'amara ba-laba anya wa-pasya iwad ayaka hayatha la-shama ma-rabataza la-chaya Call Ibar Aliyah Yasharak Yanyai Yadwa, right? So here's another example where you see where it says Aliyah. It's Aliyah. So without that punctuation, it would be Aliyaha, right? But it's Aliyah, right? See if we can find another one. That's pretty much it for it. So, like I said, that's what this chapter is about. The judgment on Judah's enemies, right? Really talking about the whole nation of Israel, but Judah is always mentioned because they're the tribe that is at the forefront, right? So that's pretty much it, right? This is Zephaniah chapter 2, right? Going to the Hebrew. It's Brother Yatazadak Hero Israel. And as always, Lord willing, you were edified, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Kwame Sha'ala, Baba Shalom.